Now, why do you try to save culture? Because culture is as a modern organization, not as an anthropological. And as an anthropological reality, it generates itself and it perishes by itself as an animal species. It's a singularity. It has its birth and its death, and so it is. You don't need to attempt to save it. It has its own way and its own death. For me, it's useless to attempt to artificially perpetuate a system, because culture became a system of values. It's no more an organic organization, a symbolic organization of a society. It's now a system of values and of market values too, but a system of aesthetic values. Not so much economic values. That's not so dangerous. But a system of aesthetic values. It is a very antinomic proposition, and culture perishes from this mixture of symbolic and values. That's antinomic. Symbolic order of a culture is no value. Value is an economic structure, and this infiltration or contamination of signs, of rituals, and so on, by an economic but an aesthetic circulation. Cultural goods as aesthetic goods. That is the beginning of the end.
And also, I got the point. Exactly because you stockpile it, it's not culture. Culture should die. That is the honor of culture. It's an anthropological event and should not be preserved for eternity, even if it sometimes happens.
Yeah. I'm only pessimistic, but you are a murderer.
Okay.
But it's not culture difference, and if there's no culture, there is no more difference.
Yes, it's good.
His question is that is not the key to culture difference, the difference.
The difference. No, I mean, we are in a culture of the difference, and culture as difference, as and this multicultural organization. I mean, culture as singularity is more than a difference. Difference will be easily organized in a structure, in a system, system of differences. That is the source and generating meaning and so on. But culture as such has no finality, has no meaning. It's an act, it's a symbolic act, and in this sense it's beyond any differences. Differences are only oppositions, structural oppositions and so on. But singularity is an acting, a symbolic acting, collective acting, and it's not different. Primitive societies, primitive cultures are not different. They are very singular. That's not the same. Today, culture, many cultures, several cultures, all cultures of the world are in a multicultural ensemble as differences. And it's a mega culture of difference. But it's a very, very involution in regard to this originality of culture, of a singular culture.
They are more like brands, they are different brands.
Brands, yes.
Insofar they are different, but they are not different.
And that they can be juxtaposed, be collected all together in museum or everywhere.
Margie, okay, I see the two others, Fred later and Ken. First Margie.
Perhaps, do you think that it's time that artists use their strengths for something else other than making objects?
You must answer. I don't understand.
Sie fragt, ob der Künstler nicht seine Kraft dafür für etwas anderes einsetzen sollte, als nur Objekte für den Kunstmarkt zu machen.
What do you mean? For what?
Genau.
For interaction also,
Actually,
collective action, performance also?
I'm not sure, actually.
She
As an
hopes that
artist-
you know. Is there anything an artist can do better than just contributing to the art market by producing
yes.
those?
That's contributing to art market. I hope that's not the goal of artists anyway. But
it's
an extension of art action today's it's performance. It's performance, and in a very general sense, it's performance, and maybe art is everywhere at this point. At this point, it's possible to make art with everything, but I am afraid that is a pure extension of a ready-made, of interacting, but ready-made. But we know art as a traditional art has had a definition, maybe not a definition, but it has a rule of the game. It's a game, and it has a rule of the game, and it has got to invent another scene than the real, another place than a reality, and it must not so work in the real world as to transform it with a maybe political, social, therapeutic finality. That's not art. Art was as a stronger definition, as a radical, more radical definition than that for me. But today it's a fact. Art is an interacting, multi-directional activity, but that's a very degenerated art.
But radikal, was würde radikal bedeuten?
Yeah, radical, and the first time it would be the separation apart from any meaning, any finality, any causes or effects, and so on, any causality. And art would be a thing in itself, and I cannot say nothing but a singularity, but singularity as a specific horizon, a limit. It cannot be anything in the world. Anything in the world, that's the real world. And the art world would be anything else, very more incompatible with reality. I mean, that was the traditional art was integrated in the order, in the symbolic order of the culture, but it was something I would say with illusion. It has to do with illusion, with radical illusion. And but in old times there was no reality at all. And there were but illusion, and even the hierarchic order or social order, hierarchic order was a dispositive, a symbolic dispositive of illusion. But now we have not. This illusion is lost, maybe, and art has lost its position, its privileged position inside this symbolic order. We have now to do with a reality, and unfortunately, contemporary art is fallen into this trap. Into the trap of reality, and he becomes real